So I'm looking at the abortion debate again going on in the news, public fight over so much abortion. Okay, so we got these crooked judges who want women to have the right to have abortions. They say it saves lives. Whose life are we talking about? It certainly does not save a baby's life, not at all. I definitely think that there should be a ban on abortion completely. A lot of times women don't even have time to digest that they're pregnant. Therefore, instead of having a 6-week ban, we need to abolish abortion. What needs to happen instead is a woman needs to have that time to deal with everything that has happened. She doesn't need to have an abortion. She needs to solve the problem. She needs to figure out what she's going to do. And when you have abortion, you don't have the time to figure out what to do. You have a quick, easy solution. So I know for me, when I had this forced abortion, what had happened was the condom had broke. Nobody asked me how I got pregnant. Nobody cared. No one asked. And what happened was I was with my boyfriend, first boyfriend I ever had, and I actually trusted him. I actually questioned the condom because it just was in a package that I was concerned about, that maybe it was an older condom and it broke. So I had, in my girlhood emotion, thought that maybe I didn't want to be with him anymore. And when I tried to break up with him, he was crying. And that made me feel bad for him for some reason, maybe just because I was nice. I felt bad and thought, okay, I guess I need to stay with him because I hurt his feelings, etc. So that was my mistake, that I doubted myself. And I don't know why I felt like I needed to feel bad for him or solve his problem, but I wish I had gone with my gut. Anyways, and then from there, it looked like we were going to work things out. And, you know, somebody just said to me something like, when you have sex, it's consent to have a kid. And, you know, when you're using birth control, it isn't always consent to have a kid. It is, you know, somebody said there's instructions on the back of the condom, so therefore it is consent. I thought that was a really good point. I know for me, I wasn't a big reader growing up in school. I just didn't really read anything. I still don't really read my labels like I should. And I don't even know that it said it on the back then. And if it did, I know in school we were taught that they were like 100% safe. Even now we hear condoms are safe and they're not. So I remember being mad after the condom broke because I trusted him. And this was the first time one ever broke. So I felt tricked and I felt like he was trying to keep me to stay with him by using a condom that was ineffective. So from there I protected myself and said, bring me home. And I went straight home, and definitely the breakup was definite then after that one. And I went on with my life, not even thinking that I was pregnant because, number one, I didn't know much about pregnancy. I didn't know. I was extremely busy. I moved on pretty quickly. And then when we found out there was a pregnancy, I was dragged back to his home. Out of all the people that I should have had somebody there for me, it was not him. He was not the one that I should have been dragged back to his home to talk to, because he already proved to me he wasn't trustworthy, and I already had to protect myself from him, and I was dragged over to his home. So I know that conversation, I was still mad at him and I did not want to talk to him. So there is a lot to things happening when somebody gets pregnant, and an abortion is just a quick solution. Instead of trying to deal with the emotions, trying to deal with the anger, trying to deal with the broken trust, the frustration, etc., etc. And when you have an option for abortion, you don't have time to deal with all the issues that even brought you to the place of getting pregnant. So I definitely am against abortion, and if I would have had the time to have counsel, to have somebody help me, I did not have one person to help me. If I would have had one person, and this is what I always say, I wish I had one person to help me, that abortion would not have happened. I didn't have one voice. It was all done in secret, and then I was just brought to the clinic. I didn't have one person say, you know, that's like someone just shared with me. They had said to somebody, I wouldn't do that if it was me. And, you know, that's valuable that you can have somebody say that to you, to speak into that. You know, I didn't even know what abortion was. And of course, the doctor didn't talk to me at all. So, you know, abortion should be avoided at all costs. It's preventable. It doesn't need to happen. I think back, if somebody was there for me, money was not an issue. Money was not at all an issue. I mean, I was working, and even if I was kicked out of my home, which probably would have happened, I could have stayed with somebody, and there's no reason that had to happen. So definitely we've got crooked judges, and we've got people who don't really care about women. Because if you really cared about women, you wouldn't be killing their babies.